everyone. 2 minutes left before to start this today's webinar. I see already a lot of people joining. Hi, Aisha.
Hello, Jan. Hi, everyone. Good evening, good afternoon.
And good morning, actually, because I know that there are some people from the American
Other part of
region
the world.
who might join
Okay.
as well.
Okay, good morning as well to you all.
Maybe for the people who will join while we are waiting for everyone to join, we can maybe put in the chat where you are located eventually, from which industry you're coming from. Would be nice to understand a bit more. Maybe if you use also some ride-hailing apps in your respective country, and maybe even the brand. So I will start to break the ice. Hello to Yen. Grub is my favorite, but recently I switched to Big Group. Okay. What's good with Big Group? Aisha from India obviously use Ola, Uber, Grab, Gojek. Wow. So I see that there is no brand loyalty here, or maybe you are trying to catching discounts.
Maybe, who knows?
More promotion. Hello, Troop, I guess from Vietnam too. Okay. So I lived in Vietnam a long time ago, and when I arrived, that was the kind of the end of Uber. And at that time, Uber and Grab had a huge competition, and I remember Uber, they were sending me every day huge discounts. But then 6 months after, they decided to close the Vietnamese business. So I guess the discount has some limits. Okay, so maybe 1 more minute until we have everyone, and we'll start this webinar on ride-hailing today. Thanks again for everyone who joined us already, and thanks for the one who will join us soon. I see already a nice diversity of location of people that joined this webinar today. Hi, Tien. I'm using both Grab and Okay, this one I will not pronounce. Zen is same in Vietnam. Okay. So Grab is recurring so far. Let's see if it's in line with the insight that we have from this report. Electrical bikes. Okay. Oh yeah. Good. So electric vehicles is also a trendy topic right now. Okay, so I think we will start because it's already 4 minutes after the official kickoff. I think now we have pretty much everyone. Of course, this webinar will be recorded anyway for the late joiners. So hi, everyone, and thank you again very much for joining the session today. I'm Johan, CEO at TGM Research, and it's a huge pleasure to welcome you to this session. A few words about us. At TGM Research, we specialize in uncovering consumer insight to help businesses to navigate in fast-changing market. One sector that's seen huge transformation in recent years is mobility, with ride-hailing playing a crucial role in how people get around. And this is why we are all here today to discuss about this new trend. This trend, which is particularly prominent in APAC, where cities are growing rapidly, where infrastructure is evolving super fast, and where digital adoption is also very high. In today's session, we'll unpack the latest findings from TGM Global Ride-Hailing Report 2024, diving into a couple of different things, the key trends, market dynamics, and what it means for businesses in terms of opportunities in 2025 and beyond. So whether you are from the industry today or just curious about how mobility is evolving, there is plenty of key takeaways from this webinar, and I really hope that you will enjoy it and you will find it super useful for your daily business decision or just for personal interest. And to guide us through those insights, I'm super pleased to introduce our speaker today, our very own Aisha Fatima, Client Service Director at TGM Research. Aisha has been leading in our research initiative on this ride-hailing space, and she will walk us through the most important findings from our latest study. A lot of information already. Before to start, a few quick housekeeping rules. This webinar will take about 20 minutes, followed by 5 to 10 minutes of Q&A session. If you would like to ask any question, please feel free to use the form located in the project chat. You should see it already. If you cannot see it, please write in the chat so we will check. There will be also a QR code at the end where you can also ask your last minute question. And we will try to answer as many questions as possible at the end within this time. Please stay until the end because we'll also have a quick announcement to share. That's all from my side. Aisha, the floor is yours, and welcome on stage.
Thank you, Jan. Hello, everyone. I'm Aisha Fatima, Client Service Director at TGM Research, and I'm thrilled to be here today talking about these insights. Ride-hailing has become an essential part of everybody's life, especially in the urban region. So evolving beyond just a convenience into a fundamental mobility solution. In today's session, we will explore what's driving this shift in which markets are leading the way, and what businesses needs to know to stay competitive in 2025. So we will break the session into three core focus areas: consumer behavior, key market dynamics, and competitive landscape. Can we move to next slide, please? Okay, our goal here is to provide you with a clear and actionable perspective on where the industry is headed. Getting started with this report, the insights today that we are sharing are drawn from the TGM Global Ride-Hailing Insights 2024 report. This study is based on comprehensive survey conducted across 34 markets by our team, exploring to explore evolving consumer behaviors in the ride-hailing sector. In the APAC region alone, we gathered responses from over 800 individuals aged 18 to 55 plus year old, ensuring strong regional coverage and representation. With the context in mind, let's take a look at what we will be covering today. We will start with a global and regional overview of ride-hailing usage, followed by a deep dive into the key drivers behind consumer adoption. And finally, we will explore the brand performances and user preferences, highlighting who's leading this market and why. To kick things off, we will explore how frequently people in India, in APAC, are using ride-hailing solutions, and how this compares to global usage patterns. One of the key standouts or the highlights from the data that you can see on the screen is the high frequency of ride-hailing usage in APAC. Nearly about 39% of the respondents in this region do not just do not own a private vehicle, making ride-hailing a critical part of their daily mobility choices. This contrast with more developed markets such as Europe, where uh, higher rates of car ownership and well-established public transportation networks tend to reduce the dependencies on ride-hailing services. As shown also in the chart, a notable share of APAC respondents are frequently ride-hailing users, taking rides almost daily or several times a week. This also, highlights APAC is not just only growing as a rapidly growing market, but also as a region where ride-hailing has become an integral part of everybody's daily life, underscoring the region's influence in shaping the future of industry. Now that we have seen how the overall frequency trends are falling, let's zoom in on the leading ride-hailing markets within this market, within the APAC region. The data clearly positions Indonesia as a front runner with 18% of respondents using ride-hailing services almost every day, and nearly half of them using them a few times a week. So this also, close behind are the Philippines, India, and Thailand, all showing high levels of weekly engagement. What's particularly striking in this slide is that most of the top performing markets are located in Southeast Asia, reinforcing the region as a key hotspot for ride-hailing growth. Factors like dense population, dense urban population, rising digital adoption, and the normalization of app-based transports are also could be the driving this shift, making ride-hailing an increasingly essential mode of daily mobility across these markets. Now that we have explored how widely ride-hailing is used across APAC, it's time to ask the next big question. What's driving this behavior? What are the key motivations behind consumers choosing ride-hailing over other transport options? Let's dive into the why behind this usage. Have you ever found yourself stuck in Jakarta's traffic or the rush hour? Or maybe, tried navigating the winding streets of Manila? If so, I'm sure you would also, agree that traffic congestion is more than just an inconvenience. It's a daily challenge for millions across APAC. And our data reflects this reality. According to the TomTom Traffic Index, cities like India, the Philippines, and Indonesia consistently rank among the most congested, both in APAC and as well as in the global. No surprise that the 36% of the respondents in this region say avoiding traffic is the primary reason for ride hailing. So it is even more pronounced in India, Indonesia, and the Philippines, where this stands out as a top driver for adoption. But traffic is not just the only story. While congestion is a major driver in many APAC cities, ride hailing serves different purposes depending on the market. Now, let's look at how consumer motivations shift across the region based on lifestyle, convenience, and local context. Uh, Take Singapore, for example. Ride hailing is heavily used for daily work commutes. Whereas in Australia, it plays a bigger role in leisure and social outings. In New Zealanders often use it as for spontaneous travel needs, while in Thailand, demand spikes where during adverse weather conditions, making it the go-to option where when other transport modes are not ideal. So this variation brings us to an important takeaway. Ride-hailing adoption is not driven just by a single factor. It is also influenced by a mix of practical needs and behavioral preferences unique to each market. So that's why businesses must tailor their strategies to reflect what matters most to the consumers in each region. So far, we have seen how ride hailing has become a core part of daily mobility in APAC. But now let's shift our focus to the brands behind this movement. I'm sure we are going to find most of them that we have already said in the chat that we are using. Some players have earned strong consumer trust over time, while others are also emerging quickly by tapping into local needs and behaviors. So this question is, who's leading the ride-hailing race in APAC and what's driving their success? Let's take a closer look. When it comes to the top of mind awareness, Grab leads the APAC region with 56%, followed by Uber at 37%. These two brands also report the highest usage in the past 3 months, reinforcing their position as dominant players in this region. While we have seen Grab and Uber leading the way, Gojek and Ola is also not falling behind. They also, have great benefit from the strong brand familiarity. Gojek remains a household name in Indonesia, having successfully expanded its services beyond ride-hailing into a broader digital ecosystem. Whereas Ola, a major player in India, continues to leverage its deep local presence and recognition. However, it is important to note that brand awareness just that doesn't always guarantee usage. Despite their high familiarity, both Gojek and Ola face stiff competition from regional and global players, resulting in a noticeable gap between how well known they are and how often they are actually used for ride hailing. As we have seen, which brands are the top of the mind and most used, but what keeps users coming back? So let's now explore the key drivers behind brand loyalty and consumer stickiness in the ride-hailing space across APAC. So, what really makes someone stay loyal to a particular ride-hailing app? According to our data, three key things influence consumer choice across APAC. First, the price has to be right. in a region where many people are budget conscious. Affordable fares, discounts, and loyalty rewards go a long way in keeping users engaged. Second, people need to trust the brand. Safety and reliability matters. Users are more likely to choose apps they feel secure with, and also that they have proven track records. Um, Third, speed matters. Nobody likes waiting these days in a fast moving um, urban region. Apps that send apps that can send a driver quickly, especially in busy cities, often win over users just by being more convenient. Okay, now let's look at that we have looked at the overall drivers of brand choice. Let's take it step further. Um, Not all ride-hailing users think the same way. To succeed in this space, companies need to ask, who are we trying to reach and what matters most to them? When we look at the preferences by age, it's clear that different age groups are having a very different priorities. For example, younger users who are around 18 to 24-year-old, they care most about the user experiences. Ride experience. They want rides that are comfortable, easy, hassle-free, and they often prefer that they offer well-maintained and premium vehicles. Users aged 25 to 54 are more focused on price. So this group is budget conscious. They are likely to compare fares and are motivated by discounts, loyalty programs, and special offers. Older users, 55 plus year old, they value reliability the most. For them, having a driver arrive quickly and without a huge wait time, without any issues, is what matters most. In short, there is no one size fits all solution. The most successful ride hailing apps are those that can adapt their offerings, balancing value, quality, and convenience to meet the needs of all their users. Now that we have covered a lot of ground, from usage patterns to consumer motivations and brand performances, so now let's see what does it all mean to all of us. Let's some of the key takeaways here. The first key takeaway here is ride hailing is essential in APAC. It's not just about convenience anymore. In many APAC cities, ride hailing has become a core part of everyday's travel. Second, traffic is a major driver, but not the only one. In countries like India and Indonesia, avoiding traffic is the topmost reason for using these services. But in places like Australia or New Zealand, it's more about lifestyle, convenience, or even the weather. Third, price really matters. People in this region are highly price sensitive. While trust and reputation do count, many users are quick to switch if other apps offers better deals or promotions. Different age groups has different needs. Younger riders want a smooth and easy experience, whereas middle-aged users care most about the price. The older customers or the consumers prioritize quick driver availability. So the successful brand adjusts their strategy to match these different expectations. Um, Fifth, the market is competitive. Global and local players are all eyeing for attention here. Winning is not just about brand recognition, also about offering real value, trust, and efficiency every time a user opens the app. We have explored the key trends and consumer behaviors. Now, what does it all mean for businesses? Let's shift the gears a bit and look at how ride-hailing companies can use these insights to drive smarter decisions and create stronger connections with APAC consumers. Firstly, uh, solve urban mobility challenges. Traffic congestion is a daily struggle in many APAC cities. Businesses that integrate real-time traffic insights offer multimodal solutions like linking ride-hailing with public transport and use predictive pricing to balance supply and demand will also stand out. These features can help improve reliability and reduce frustration for users. Second, be smart and flexible with pricing. Price is a deal breaker here for many users. Brand loyalty alone won't keep them around. If a competitor offers a better fare or deal, users are likely to switch. Personalized pricing, loyalty rewards, subscription discounts, and dynamic fare models can help improve retention and drive repeat usage. Um, Third, tailor your service to different age groups. Consumer needs change with age. As you have understood from the previous slides, the younger users expect a smooth and modern ride experience, whereas middle-aged riders prioritize cost, and older users want speed and reliability. Brand that adapts their offerings and communication to match these varying expectations will have a better chance at building long-term loyalty. Um, Last but not the least, building trust through consistency and safety. In a crowded market, trust becomes a key advantage. Riders value transparency in pricing, consistent service quality, and strong customer support. Investing in driver vetting, improving the app experiences, and reinforcing safety protocols can help brands differentiate and win consumer confidence. In short, all in all, the APAC ride-hailing market is dynamic and fast-moving. The winners will be those who can adapt quickly, prioritize the user experience, and innovate around the real mobility needs. Um, Before we wrap up with your questions, let's quickly take a look behind the scenes and how the study was conducted. I want to briefly highlight here our research methodology. This report is grounded in a solid and representative sample, giving weight and credibility to the insights we have covered today. Our approach ensures we are capturing real behaviors and attitudes from ride-hailing users across the APAC region. If you have any questions about how the data was collected, how the methodology used, I'd be happy to go over them after the presentation. Now we would love to hear from you. If you have any questions, please drop them in the chat box. Jon, our Chief Operating Officer at TGM Research, will be moderating this session, selecting key questions for discussion. And of course, I'm here to answer them. Over to you, Jon.
Thank you very much, Aisha. Great insight, and I hope that everyone enjoyed so far. Now is the time for question, which is will taking place for about 5 to 10 minutes. So once again, there is the link in the chat. If you still have some question, you can still use this link, and also use this QR code that you can see on screen if you want to add your question. I see there are already quite a few questions, so we'll try to get as many as we can cover in the time left. But nevertheless, if we don't have time, we will get back to each of you guys. So thank you for all those questions so far. The first one, Aisha, which is quite recurring, I'm trying to merge all those questions into main categories. You had the session on the brands. We can see here that Grab is really, really strong in most of the country, but still there is quite aggressive competition. So first question, with so many ride-hailing players in APAC, do you think there is any room for new entrants today or in the future?
That's a very good question, Jan. Thanks for asking. Yeah, I think absolutely yes. While the APAC ride-hailing market is highly competitive, there is still room for new players, what I feel, particularly in undeserved areas or the niche segments. The established giants like Grab, Gojek, Ola, while they dominate in many of the markets, but we have seen several uh, startups or the new entrants, or you can call it as the regional ones. The regional brand thrive by targeting specific consumer needs. Um, for instance, if you have seen or if you have heard, Blue Smart in India has built a very strong reputation with its EV only fleet, attracting environmentally conscious riders and corporate users. Um, while also in Indonesia, Maxim is growing steadily, thanks to its lower fares and more flexible driver commissions, which is also appealing to both the cost-sensitive users and drivers. So the key for new entrant is definitely it's a clear differentiation, whether it's through sustainability, localized services, or innovative price models, the customer experience enhancement. So there's still a lot of opportunity and a scope, especially for the companies that can spot and serve unmet needs of the consumers.
Okay, thanks Aisha for this, very interesting. I have another question, obviously, which is coming up quite a lot. It's about pricing. We know, again, this is very, very competitive landscape. On your slides, you show the key drivers. Price is definitely one of the most important, if not the one which is the most important. Before brand loyalties and those components, well known by marketers. So will consumer loyalty in ride-hailing ever be strong, or will price always win? So in short, is there any way to go over the price components?
Again, a very good question, I must say. Um, I think price definitely plays a bigger role here, as people in Southeast Asia are more cost sensitive. But that does not mean that loyalty is impossible. So it just works a bit differently in this space, I guess. More users don't stick to one app all the time. Instead, they switch between 2 or 3 apps based on who's offering the better deals, the better better servicing, shorter wait times, or smoother experience. So to build real loyalty, ride-hailing brands needs to go beyond discounts. So things like reliable service, safety, friendly drivers, and extra perks, definitely, such as reward programs or VIP ride options, can really make a difference. When people feel they are getting consistent value, not just a cheap fare, they are more likely to keep coming back.
Thank you very much. So let's do hope that we can act on other components other than the price. I have another question for you, Aisha. It's not about pricing this time, but it's more about how ride-hailing can be better integrated with public transport. You show a slide where clearly, if we compare APAC with countries like Europe, where ride-hailing is not as used as in APAC, one of the key reasons is because people have cars, but also because people are using heavily public transportation. It's getting more and more popular in APAC, and obviously the level of infrastructure is getting better and better year after year. But today, how can ride-hailing be better integrated with public transport?
As you have seen from the previous slides, and you rightly mentioned, Yon, about where Singapore is already they are using apps like Grab, Gojek already are syncing well with this MRT and bus routes in Singapore, letting users plan mixed mode trips in one app. So this setup definitely reduces traffic and make daily commuting more seamless. I have a few other examples as well, such as Sydney, Australia. Transport for NSW has also trialed on-demand ride services that connect commuters from suburbs to main train stations, especially in areas where regular buses are limited. So the other the other example also I have is from Indonesia, where Gojek is offering integration with public minivans and trains through real-time information and ticketing features. This also improving the convenience of multi-leg journeys. Um, in Japan, while traditional public transit is dominant, Japan Taxi and other platforms are also exploring first mile, last mile ride-hailing options to connect people to and from train stations more efficiently, particularly for the elderly riders. Um, uh, Another example which comes to my mind is also India, where in Delhi and Bangalore, Ola has experimented with features that allow commuters to book metro or bus tickets in an app, so making it easier to combine public transport with ride hailing. So the key takeaway definitely here is ride-hailing brands in collaboration working with the city transport agencies. This is definitely enabling multimodal trip planning, offer shared first mile, last mile rides, provide incentives for using public transport in combination with their service. So this definitely not only improves user experiences, but also plays a pivotal role in solving bigger urban mobility challenges. I hope that I have answered your question.
Yeah, thanks, Aisha. Very, very detailed. I still have less than 1 minute, so maybe one last question. And I'm sorry for the one who asked question, but we still have quite many questions, and we don't have time. So I will pick one last. But please be quick, Aisha. You mentioned about again those key driver pricing, then safety was also one of those with brand loyalty. Talking about safety, how important is safety in ride-hailing today, and what could be the action plan or the next trend to feel people more safe?
Ride hailing, yes, safety is very important for all of us, I think. Definitely consumers want to feel safe, especially women, parents, and elderly riders. Um, Features like ride hailing tracking, driver background checks, and SOS buttons, and 24/7 maybe support can definitely make a big difference. Companies that invest in strong safety protocols, I think, tend to earn more trust and loyalty than the others. So yeah, safety is, very important, very, very.
Okay, thank you very much, Aisha. So with this, we'll stop this part. Thank you everyone for your question again. Sorry if we didn't have time to answer all, but we will get back to you by email or separately. It's now time to move on with the last part of the session. So a few words about TGM again, for those who may not be familiar with us. TGM Research, who we are and what we do. We are a technology-driven market research firm specializing in global online data collection. So today we operate in over 130 markets where we have communities of online panel for research with a strong presence in APAC. And our main focus is to do multi-country research for our clients. This either by doing custom research or syndicated reports across various industries, from sport marketing, gambling, travel, pet care, cryptocurrency, digital payment, and so on. You probably saw all the reports that we publish on our website and in the news. This ride-hailing study is part of our ongoing effort to track consumer behavior and market trends in the mobility space. Why? Because we have many clients from this industry, and we know that with our positioning in APAC, this is a very strong and growing category. But anyway, if your business is looking for reliable or high quality insights, whether you are from the ride-hailing or any other industry, we would love to connect. That's not all for today. I mentioned at the beginning about few announcements. So I have two, and I will go quick because we are already running out of time. The first is obviously to thank you again for your time today. And as a special thank you, we have something for you. If you are planning your next research project or thinking about purchasing one of our consumer insight reports, we are offering today a special attendee only discount. To claim it, it's very easy. All you need to do is to complete a short feedback survey after this session. And once you do, you'll get access to the webinar deck and a discount code. So you can use this code when you reach out to us about the research project, or if you want to apply it on the checkouts, if you want to buy a report on our website. This offer is valid through all this month, so all April 2025. So again, whether you are entering a new market or want to understand better your consumers or potential clients, we would love to support you, and we have the solution for you. So just fill out the quick survey and we'll take it from there. The second of announcements, super quick again, I wanted to introduce our exciting new service at TGM, which is called our dynamic charting solution. Something we have developed in-house to optimize the hundreds of reports we produce every year, reports like this ride-hailing, but also custom research. I'm pretty sure there are marketers and researchers, analysts in this room. You know very well that turning research findings into clear and professional report is very time consuming. Most of the time, formatting slides and ensuring accuracy takes more time than analyzing the data itself and sit on the consulting part with data set. So this is why we developed this solution exactly to solve this problem. Our dynamic charting tools automates report generation without the manual effort. So it saves you time, reduces error, and keeps everything visually consistent. In short, you have more time to look at the data, to work with your client, and to develop better product or services. So if you want to see it in action, just reach out to us, and we'll be happy to set up a demo for you. And with that, we wrap up today's session. So once again, thank you all for joining and for your engagement through this discussion on ride-hailing trends in APAC. Thank you, Aisha, for presenting this nice report and very insightful data on APAC. If you'd like to continue the conversation or explore new research opportunity or gain access to more insight, actually this report, we also did it in many other regions in the world. So if you are interested in Europe, LATAM, or North America, more into details, you can also contact us. This full report is also now available, providing insights in this ride-hailing landscape. So you can also visit our landing page if you want to have more details. So thanks again, and look forward to staying connected. We'll have more webinars coming soon on many different topics, so please follow up on our website or LinkedIn page, and happy to see you again on our sessions. Thank you.
Thanks, everyone, for joining. Stay safe. Take care. Bye.
Bye.